Good afternoon, Jacques. Welcome back. This is Friday afternoon, the second day of the 2024 National Honey Show. And you gave one lecture yesterday, and you'll be giving the paradox of the Queen leaving at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Absolutely, yes.
So for visitors who are new to meeting you for the first time, would you just introduce yourself again?
Oh, yes, by all means. I'm Jacques van Alphen, and I am an amateur beekeeper, but I'm more a professional biologist, and I've worked all my career in evolutionary ecology. And an evolutionary ecologist is somebody who has the mind of a child and always asks why.
That's absolutely excellent, because we just tend to assume things without asking why.
Yes.
So this afternoon, you're going to be talking about the old Queen leaving. We all know the old Queen leaves and the new ones take over. But what we don't understand is, first of all, exactly what the mechanism is. You would think that, I mean, for humans, for instance, the new children go and make their own life somewhere else, not the old ones like us that are left behind. And we also want to know why it's important to know.
Okay, well, I'll try. I mean, of course, why it's important to know will be revealed at the end of my lecture. So I'm not going to say that right now. But to begin with, if you talk to a beekeeper and you say, "Isn't it remarkable that the old queen is leaving?" He answers, "Yes, but she's chased away by the workers." Or they answer, "Yes, if she wouldn't leave, the young queen would kill her." And that in itself is not very satisfactory. That's not a good answer for an evolutionary ecology, because he wants to know what is the evolutionary history that made this exceptional behavior to come into existence. And that's what I will talk about. And the reason I hit this question was that I was looking in the animal literature, and what you find is that in almost all animals, the mother stays at home and the daughter disperses and goes elsewhere to start a new life. And then there is this only exception, which is the honeybee. And it's even weirder than that, because the honeybee is an hymenopteran insect that has a eusocial lifestyle. So then you could say, okay, let's look at the other hymenopteran insects that have such a lifestyle. And if you look at ants, it's the old queen that stays at home. She even loses her wings once she has started reproduction. And if you look at the stingless bees, same thing happens. Mother stays at home. Sometimes she's joined by a daughter that does not leave, but the mother stays at home. And it's also true for other eusocial insects, like, how are these called? These white ants that live in wood. The
wood ants.
No, they're not ants.
Termites.
Termites, right. I was looking for the word. So termites also, they lose their wings and they stay where they are once they've started reproduction. So the big question is, why has evolution in the whole animal kingdom organized it in such a way that the mothers stay at home and the daughters leave? And why is there this one exception? Bees are exceptional, we know that, but still, if you look at the facts of how it's organized in the rest of the animal kingdom, then you can only be very surprised.
So what happens if you clip your queens in April? Oh, sorry, for those that don't understand, you clip the queen's wings.
Yeah, and then you break the young queen cells away, and then the queens stay. And
this is a technique to avoid swarming.
Yes. And also people, there are people who like to have breed bees, and they spend a lot of money in buying a high quality queen And so they would be very sad if the queen would leave after a short while. So they clip the wing, yes.
And does that break the system and cause chaos?
It doesn't cause visible chaos. Otherwise, the beekeepers would have stopped doing it.
Right.
But beekeepers do all sorts of things to bees that make that their behavior is not as it would be in nature. And so you have to go back to nature to understand where it comes from. And the problem is, of course, we don't know very well how bees fare in nature, how well they are doing. And so I was, when I was trying to answer this question, I was desperately looking for data in the literature. And the sort of data that I needed was only one study, or which was repeated twice by Tom Seeley on bees in the wild, that had data that I could use. So very poor data.
Disappointing. Have you managed to gain any more data since then?
Sorry, to gain?
Any more data since
No,
then?
no data, but the good thing is that you can always think. And so what I've done is I have applied evolutionary theory, trying to predict and calculate what should happen. And now I can't say, well, I can say a little bit more, but then I have to stop, otherwise I spoil the beans for the talk.
That's right. So to find out, you need to either attend the lecture this afternoon or wait until it's viewed, because we do record them for the, well, for the benefit of everybody out there, and it will be available on the YouTube channel.
Yes,
so
and also
go as far as you can, and then we will leave them in suspense.
Okay, I'll go. The cliffhanger is this one. So you have this theory, you do the calculations, and what comes out of the calculations, the queen should stay at home.
So on that note, we'll leave you to catch up on our social media. Don't forget to watch out. We will let you know in advance that each lecture is coming out, usually on the first Friday of the month, throughout the coming year. So these will be released in sequence, and you'll be able to find out the answer to the question when you tune in.
Right.